Hello, ma'am. Good evening once again. Hi, Kshitija. Good evening.
Hey,
Hello.
good evening.
Hi, everybody.
Ma'am, today's host will be Kshitija and she'll be leading the discussion, ma'am.
Absolutely, please.
Over to you, Kshitija. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure. It's good to start now.
Yes, we can start, Kshitija. Thank you.
Okay. So, good evening. Welcome all. Special welcome to ma'am. So, it's my absolute pleasure to welcome the passionate thinking, innovation, and AI. You must have guessed I'm talking about whom? Named one of
Ma'am, I think she has internet issues.
That's
I
one of
okay.
the
just
Impact's top
informed.
50 most.
Kshitija, hello.
Yeah.
You were
Tell me.
actually freezed for a few seconds.
Oh,
Can
is
you
it?
just begin?
Do you want me to start all over again?
Yes, Kshitija, please, if you don't mind.
Okay. So, it's my absolute pleasure to welcome our guest today, who is a passionate thinker, and he's passionate about building next in class solutions through design thinking, innovation, and AI. She's named one of the top 50 most influential women in media, marketing, and advertising in 2020. She comes with 17 years of global leadership experience. She has delivered measurable ROI from data science COEs and advice COEs and board across industries. Some more things to talk about. She specializes in scaling data teams, shaping strategy, and driving innovations across B2C and B2B domains. As a strong people leader and mentor, she thrives at the intersection of technical purpose. So, let me welcome ma'am to you today. With whatever I have mentioned so far, it's like I'm too excited to, hear you in this particular session with so many jargons and so many achievements you have been through. We are eagerly waiting for you to, get through this session and let us know more about it. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, Kshitija. Thank you for a lovely and kind introduction. Hi, everyone. Good evening. I hope all of you had a good day. And, while, of course, Kshitija gave a beautiful introduction of mine, let me also do a quick round, maybe 30 seconds. So, started my education journey when I was in Chennai, from Chennai Mathematical Institute. I did my undergraduate there, and then I did my master's from Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata, and started my career with McKinsey. Almost 7 years I was with McKinsey, and that's how been around the globe, solved multiple problems, different parts of the world, different culture, different language. So it was amazing. And then I started on the industry side. I joined Airtel as my first industry assignment. I joined as a head of analytics. And that's the time, probably, I would say, till the time I was with McKinsey, I was in a certain, cushioned world. There were many senior people who will guide you, who will mentor you. There was not so much options for you to go wrong, because you are covered by so many expert hands there. The moment I jumped into the industry side, probably that's the reality check that started happening with me. And as a head of analytics, I was told, you are the senior most person. Nobody is there. If you don't know how to do it, we don't know how to do it. So you go and figure it out. So that was the first leadership lessons, probably I would say the realistic lesson I got. Airtel told me, we are putting you in the ocean, you figure out how will you swim it out. So, then I started with India. Then they sent me to Sri Lanka because Airtel is also there. Then, they were setting up for Africa. So I also started, work for the African continent. So it was a very different journey altogether, setting up things from ground up, working with the technology team, working with the business team. There will be, almost every alternate day, there will be meetings with the topmost people like the Gopal Vittal and all, who will discuss the strategy. come back and build it in the data, and then go with the most junior folks in the technology team, sit with them, work with them at the coding level, ensure the deployment, like end-to-end journey. That's the time I first got my hands-on experience, what a leadership means. And initially, I used to feel like, okay, this is a huge shock, cultural shock. And then one day, and if you know Gopal Vittal, he's the MD CEO, and recently he has moved to chairman. And he told me one day over a coffee, he said that, Ujjani, this is leadership. Okay, you have to be able to, like a chewing gum, like a elastic. You will be, should be able to stretch yourself at the most senior level where you can talk about what money we are making, and go down to the level of the coding, sit with the most junior people, explain it, get the work done, and get it delivered. I don't know how, but that is what is the first lessons of leadership. So, when I first was invited for this, and, I was told that, Ujjani, you have written such a nice post about what a data leader does. I started figuring out that I became a data leader not one day. It is actually a journey. And different experiences, different situations actually has shaped me. From there, I moved on to Flipkart. That was a totally different world. It was a startup, millions and millions of funding. At times, at a point, it even doesn't know what it is doing. It's a huge chaos inside. There are 5 different analytics teams fighting with each other for projects. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening around? And I joined a team which is called business finance, which works on the profitability of the business, and they closely work with manufacturers. So it is like, at what price I should be even buying the product, at what price I should be showing the product on the side, at what price, how much discount I can give, and how will you make a science out of it, make it whole automated, and ensure there is a profitability at the end of the day. And it just started with that one line. Nobody had to tell me, or there was even nobody who tell me that, Ujjani, what does it mean to do? Therefore, you go and figure it out. You are setting up a whole department which is analytics, data science for business finance, and the single pointed goal for the business finance is build profitability for the organization. So that's how, that's how the vague problem statements that I started with, reaching out to people. It was an ocean, reaching out to people, figuring out where the data is. I even don't know. Then I moved on to the media side, and, been there with Wacom 18. I was in Mumbai, joined the Voot, which was, as one of their founding team member. And, I have seen beautiful leaders to shape a product absolutely from scratch. And it's a collaborative journey, what is called collaboration. It's not like I'm doing my best. If not everyone put together the best, if the whole team cannot bring the best, then the product cannot fly. I still remember, one conversation. Of course, there are many conversations, but when I was being interviewed, my last interview was with the group CEO, Sudhanshu Bhatt. When I, entered his room, he said that, Jenny, you are already in, like as if that interview was not required. He said that, Jenny, you are already in mentally, I have already decided for you, but let's solve a problem. I said, okay. And he told, tell me, what will you do when you come here? Because you will be building something totally from zero. How does it look like for you? We have a huge TV business, and then this is a new baby, which is a digital. Where will you start? How will you start? What are you going to do? I mean, tell me, how is your 90-day plan look like? Imagine, I was not even joined. I don't even know the whole business. First time ever in media. And in the last interview, I was asked to solve how your 90-day plan look like once you join. So, one thing I realized, leadership is not like someone has to give you a position and then you start acting. Leadership is like you think way ahead. Mentally, you are already there. You are already solving before even join the organization. I already mentally solved. If I join, what does it mean for me? How will I do? What, how my first 30 days look like, 60 days and 90 days look like. And these leaders believe that if a person is successful first 90 days, the person will actually be successful in the organization. So these are amazing experience. And after we literally did a whiteboarding with the group CEO that this is how I want to build it, at the end he said welcome on board. I mean, that was the end statement. So that was a lovely experience. And I also have some tough experience. Okay, so maybe what I can do is I just have 3 slides. I just want to take you through some of my thought process, that if you want to become a data leader, first of all, what does a data leader do? And if you have to become one, and if you are aiming to become one, what therefore it means for you. Okay. So let me take maybe 15 to 20 minutes on that, explain through some of the real life situations that I had gone through. I can explain from my experience. And I would love to open up more for questions. And, if you tell us, like, if you tell me, like, what are the different questions comes in your mind? Because we adult learn only by asking questions. Okay. Um, Let me share my screen. Let me know if you are able to see my screen. Are you able to? Yes? Okay, cool. So first question, let's say if you are trying to become a chief data and AI officers, or even head of data, this there are multiple nomenclatures. So if you are trying to become one of that position, let's first understand what it is expected from these people to do. Okay, in a very tangible expectations which are there. So first and foremost, and I think this was the post on LinkedIn, and which is why the conversation started. So first and foremost, it is the strategic roadmap. That means you have to understand the business very well. And then only you will be able to think that, okay, if this business needs to be successful, what data I should have, and what am I going to do with this data? How am I going to help the business grow out of it? It absolutely doesn't matter whether you are building the most sophisticated AI tools or not. It is not at your fancy what you are building. What only matters is whatever you are doing, are you able to make money for the business? That's the single most question that is asked at this level. Nobody cares whether your model has the deep learning models, whether it has the most accurate model or not. Absolutely nobody cares. The only question is, if that model was not there, what would have been the loss? And if the model is there, what is the gain that I am getting? So let's say you are building a churn prediction model. How accurate is your churn prediction model is very secondary at this level. You have to prove without the model, my churn was this much, therefore this much dollar or rupees that I am missing, I am losing. And with this model, and in collaboration with marketing team, these are the campaigns we have run through which this many people we have been able to save, and therefore this much money we have been able to save. And money saved is money earned. You have to go at that level. That is your caring. You, of course, need to do a lot of evaluation of the tools and technologies that the organization will be procuring for you. Particularly if you are one who is going and building the data organization for that company. Okay, you are building the whole data center of excellence for the organization, then don't expect that the company will have the tools and technologies already in place for you. You probably will still start with Excel. Believe me, every organization I have gone, they said, we don't even know that you need a Python notebook. They said, okay, we have data in Excel. Will you say that, listen, till the time you actually can give me a cloud ecosystem or a notebook or the data in this particular format, I can't do anything? No. Whatever you have, can you make value out of that? Once you make value out of that, of course, claim that, okay, I need these tools, I need these technologies, and then which one will you procure? Would you go for an AWS cloud or you go for Azure cloud, and why? And what is your annual budget if you are going to have that? How will you rationalize that budget? How will you stand in a finance, probably, go and talk to the CFO, because ultimately the approval and the budget will come from there. Go and convince that person this is what is required. And if they invest this much, then what is the ROI they will get out of it? Same is the thing, how people hiring. You have to plan what kind of people you need to hire, what are the skill sets, what are the backgrounds, how will you interview them, how many such people you need, and also rationalize why you need as many people. There was a time in when I was in Z, the question was, we will not hire a single person who we will feel redundant at the end of the day. Can you ensure that there is no such attrition? I want to reduce the attrition also. And that's exactly where we said we started building something called job to be done. So if a single person is hired, I have to prove that there is a clear job to be done for that person, and that itself will cover 100% capacity of a person. And if that job to be done is legitimate, then only the approval for a person will be given, otherwise it is not. So it is a very clear-cut structure how you will ensure that you are building a team which is truly required, truly demanded, and each person comes and feel accomplished at the end of the day in your organization. Fourth important pillar of your role is collaborate with the business stakeholders, because you can't be within your data cocoon. Like, as I said, like everything is starting with the business itself. So if you can't collaborate with each and every business leaders, and you are not demanded. And when I say business leader, it is not just, okay, you are taking care of marketing analytics, so you will only talk to the marketing team, or you are working with product analytics and you will be therefore talking to only product team. No, have discussion with each and every team, because there always is something new to learn from them. There are always new intuitions you will get from the other business teams, which you can come back and apply it in your data. If you don't have intuition, if you don't have your hypothesis, you can never do a good data job. And to have intuition, to have the hypothesis, you have to talk to customers, you have to talk to your other business stakeholders. Even for that matter, talk to HR, talk to procurement, talk to finance, talk to any of these support functions also. Make a point that at least once a month, I will have lunch with one of these leaders. Just grab their time, just have a lunch, 1 hour, half an hour lunch. Just talk to them. Okay, what are the things going? What are the problems they are facing? Are there something that you can solve? Because it's very important that you are visible in the organization. You can't be within your cocoon and only building some beautiful data models or only creating some innovative solutions. No, you have to be visible. And the only way you can be visible if you keep talking to people and keep solving their problems, because then they will start coming to you. Once they see you are so valuable, you are almost start becoming an irreplaceable talent, irreplaceable leader for the organization. Fifth one is drive innovation. Now, even if you have a very set jobs to do, even if there are set, problem statements that you are working, keep thinking, is there something innovative that I can do? Is there something new that I can do? Can I even propose something new? Maybe, it will be, looking through outside, looking through, different industries, how they are doing. And if they are doing something, and if you see something new, can you bring it within your team, or even to your other colleagues, other functional colleagues? Can you bring them? And can you create some joint innovation? At times, innovation cannot be done just by data team. Can you do some joint innovation? Because even if you do a data product, if that is not implemented as a part of the whole business, you will not see any value out of it. And therefore, it is very important that you not only build it yourself, but actually build in collaboration, get a buy-in that if I can build it, will you implement it? Will you test it? If it gives me something positive, will you go and implement it? Is it even possible? Take ownership. Now, this is something I tell everyone. Whatever you do, take ownership, and not just the ownership of the success. Take the ownership of the failure also. And take ownership of end-to-end data. It is not other people's job to ensure that the data will be clean. It is not anyone's job to ensure that your product has been rightly implemented or not. You have to, if you have a tech team who is implementing your product, you have to sit with those developers. You have to check that whether all the test results are working fine or not. You have to become a tester. And it's not always you need to guide it. You need to build the mindset for your team. I heard one of a team member joined our team, and he was doing some testing. He just came up to me and said, listen, I didn't join a data science team to become a tester. I'm like, what are you saying? This is a product you have built. If you don't test it, who will test it? That is the mentality never going to win in this space. So you have to take the ownership of end to end. If you want to cherish the reward, you also have to take the pain. You have to cherish the success. You also have to own the failures also. And the last one, as because you become the subject matter expert. Now, once again, you cannot go and tell everyone, listen, I am the subject matter expert. Actually, the others have to realize that you are the subject matter expert, and therefore you have to do something. And one of the best thing is constantly talking to them and trying to solve some of their problem. I can give you one example, and this was once again in my last organization, Z5. Our procurement team was negotiating for a recommendation engine tool. Okay. Hey, hi, Dhananjay. Hi, Dhananjay. I think you are speaking. Okay. So, so they were the procurement team was negotiating with one of the, I think, couple of vendors for the recommendation engine as a tool, because till that time we didn't have our own tool built in. And it was so difficult for him to negotiate it because, see, he doesn't understand the nitty-gritties of the technicalities. Those vendors were like taking him on round and telling, no, this is the best price possible and blah, blah, blah. So, one day he was literally thinking, and then, he also knew the price that has been quoted, company is not going to approve that. So he had no clue what is he going to do. And he was just sitting there, and I just picked up, I gone to the water bottle place, and I just saw he's sitting there, and I just asked, okay, what happened? Why are you just, looking like this? So then he said, Ujjyaini, I was doing this negotiation. It's not going anywhere. I'm not able to crack this. I don't know what do I do. I said, okay, it's recommendation engine. Tell me, can you show me what's the price they have quoted? I looked at it. I said, listen, if you have to crack it, these are the 5 ways recommendation engine works. And you have to break it down like this. You have to ask what it is for the tail customers, what it is for the mid users, and what it is for the heavy users. Then only you'll be able to break it. His eyes just lit up. He's like, Ujjani, will you come with me in the call? I said, okay, call me in the call. So I just joined. You won't believe the recommendation engine that finally we integrated. Price came down to close to 40% reduction. And I jokingly said, okay, give me at least, 1% of that 40%, I'll be rich. But, the point is, then immediately that procurement team has nothing to do with data otherwise. But because they were buying tools, which I understand deeply, that help made us like buddies forever. And that helped in so many other ways, each other. So these are, the company, the people has to realize that you are the subject matter expert for things, not like, you go and tag yourself. So these are the ways that you can do, and collaboration is one of the best way that you can do it. I will, quickly talk about another one, and this is something I have also observed that what are the typical roadblocks, and most of these roadblocks are more mental, more here than actually in your, in your skill. Leadership is actually like you have to start behaving like a leader. It is not a position given to you. It's not like someone has to first put you in that pedestal for you to able to behave like that. You can start behaving as a leader in whichever position you are, whether you are and believe me, it is observed, it is visible very well. You will observe that your promotions happen much faster if you start showcasing your leadership skills. And what are some of those skills if you want to know? First one is stay hands on, irrespective of whatever be the seniority, stay hands on. If there is a requirement that you need to roll up your sleeves and build it yourself, will you be able to do it? Then only you will be a respected leader within your team. Otherwise, your team will believe, isko to kuch nahi aata hai, she or he is just speaking about it. Stay hands on. Do not give up easily. If you have some problem, no problem, work it out over the night, over the weekend, but don't leave it easily. Never give up. um, Take the people along with you. You can never win in a leadership position yourself unless you have your own team's buy-in, unless you have your peers buy-in in the different functional teams, unless your leaders buy-in is there. That's called 360-degree buy-in. You have to take your people along with you. Communicate transparently, communicate well. Don't play any, I know there are so much politics there, but playing politics doesn't take leaders anywhere. Empathy, it's very important. Have that empathies and follow the values. You can break rules, but you can't break values. So keeping the values up, if you are breaking rules, not a problem, and stay empathetic. Don't be rigid, keep yourself open. Always think that I do not know everything. It is possible that one of the most junior person in the team can teach me something. Don't hold a ego. ये क्या सिखाएगा मुझे? Never hold that ego within you. That is the steepest path of decline for your leadership position. If you ever in your mind think that, okay, this is a junior person, that he or she has nothing to teach me. Keep yourself always open and grow by growing others. This is something was taught to me at McKinsey. They told me something very simple. They told, Ujjayini, only when you prepare one of your junior to be able to take up your position, then only you will be able to do something else, something higher order, and then only you will be able to move up. Most people has insecurities of growing others at the level of themselves. That's worst mistake they do it. You always, from the day you are at the manager position, you should think, how will I make another person capable of taking my position so that I am free from my daily jobs and I will be able to do higher order works so that I can move to a senior manager position. Always remember, if there is nobody to take up your position, your company won't move you up. So it's a vice versa thing. So you need to do that. And last, I wanted to talk about this, mindsets. I observe people have a lot of self-doubt. Just 2 days back, I was talking to a young lady and she told, I was given a position in a AI R&D lab, but I don't think I am prepared yet. I don't know enough about LLM or Gen AI. How can I be in that R&D organization? I didn't take up that role. I'm like, what? Someone was giving you the position and you thought you are not ready? Always tell it to yourself, I am born ready. Doesn't matter, you don't know something, learn it. But if a if there is an opportunity given to your hand, if it's a higher order opportunity, just grab it. Never have a self-doubt. Second one, the reason we have the self-doubt is because we fear the steep learning curve. Because if you don't know something and if you have to perform that role, then you have to learn it. When I joined Vote, before that, I never worked on cloud platform. I always still Airtel. I always worked in the on-premise databases and everything. Suddenly in Vote, one of my first project was you have to set up a data lake. I never heard the word data lake. And I'm like, okay, who can help me? There's nobody. You have to figure it out. Once again, that was the answer. I had to figure out external people, external leaders who understands cloud. I went up to them, sat with them in breakfast table, learned, took note, came back, gone to conferences, learned it, learned other ways, but ensured I delivered it. So never ever fear the steep learning curve. Don't fear that it means I will have to burn so many hours. I will have to, take my weekends on learning. I have to do some late night hours. Doesn't matter. If you have to achieve something, certain things you have to sacrifice. If you are not ready for it, you are not meant for it. Don't expect any magical shortcut. Shortcuts doesn't work in life. You have to take the pain to achieve the goal. Fourth one, do not procrastinate. If you are already sensing that I do not know something and I have to learn, or something that you have to do, time is now. Do not procrastinate. Do not say, okay, I will do it tomorrow. I will do it next month. It will not work. Start now. Rigidity, I think I was telling it over the past few minutes also. Do not hold rigidity. You probably haven't done something, it doesn't matter. When I was offered the role in Z5 from Voot, I was moving to Z5. I had 60 days notice period. My Z5 manager, the CEO, he used to keep calling me every week. And he used to say, Ujjyaini, start hiring. I'm like, I yet haven't joined. How can I hire? He's like, no, Jenny, 60 days. It's a long time. Start hiring now so that when you join, your team is ready. At least your initial critical team is ready by that time. You won't believe I was doing my actual job at Vote, but still over the weekend, I was running interviews to actually interviewing people for my new team, which I'll be building at Z5. So don't have the rigidity. And that was the time, when the first role was discussed with me, it was once again in analytics, data science, AI. Suddenly, this CEO sent me a profile and said, oh, Jenny, talk to this guy. I think he's good. I looked at the profile. The person comes from complete research background, market research, consumer research. I'm like, okay, he comes from research background, doesn't fit my team. He said, no, I want the research in your team. Hire him as probably head of research. I'm like, no, I myself never have done research. I don't know. He told me, so what? It is not a rocket science. Learn and pick it up. I want the whole data and insights under the same umbrella under you. You figure it out how you will do it. Okay. So let go of complete rigidity. If things are coming to you, if challenges are coming to you, remember challenges are the best opportunities. If you can translate all challenges to your opportunities, you are already there. Waiting for the position, as I was telling you, you do not wait for the position. Leadership is not a position, leadership is a mindset. Start behaving like a leader in your own role. And inertia, I think rigidity and inertia are somewhat go hand in hand. Inertia is like not going out, not meeting people, not networking. I know we technical people many a time are very introverted people, but even if you are introverted, doesn't matter. Try to come out of your comfort zone and try to reach out to people, build network, talk to people. I want to tell you that after McKinsey was my campus job, but after McKinsey, each and every role came to me through LinkedIn. I never reached out. I never sent any of my CV to anyone. All this role came to me, and all this came through my network. Network is your net worth. So come out of your inertia, go out, go to the conferences, meet people, join different groups, go for the breakfast meets, go for hackathon, do whatever it takes, but build your strong network so that you can pick up a phone and call people and they will be ready to talk to you. They will be ready to help you. Otherwise, when you need help, you will not have anyone. I was just reading another post. This is called your social worth. Do you have a social worth so that you can pick up phone and ask for our help? And there will be at least few people standing to help you immediately. I can tell you, when I'm building Setu over last 2.5 years. So Setu is a AdTech platform. We are building some beautiful products, and we also deliver corporate trainings and also personal individual trainings, right? Till date, we have spent zero marketing fees. All our clients till date, and we have good clients, big four companies, national banks, all these clients have happened through our network. Thankfully, I built some network where when the moment I started reaching out, they said, yes, I will connect you to these people. Let me connect you to these people. They moved to another company. They took us in the new company also. So that's the beauty of coming out of your inertia and building network. I'll stop here. I don't know if I have more time, but I would completely open it up for Q&A or any thoughts.
I still want to listen to you more, but as the time says, we'll wait for the questions. Team, please open up for questions because I'm sure after so much of valuable insights, I mean, I have just started jotting it down and I'm running short of words now, and I'm thinking I've missed so many. So definitely you would have so many questions around it. So team, if you're if you really want to make most out of it, please do not hesitate to ask questions. We have time. We have purposely kept this time to ask questions and clear your doubts. Over to all of you. Just Kavya, if there is any way where you want to take up the questions, or it's going to be raising hands and asking the questions, how do you want to take it?
They can directly drop in chat board. They can unmute and
Great.
ask both ways.
Great.
I'd prefer if you just unmute yourself and tell your doubt or tell your question. And please don't think whether it's a good question or a bad question. All questions are good. So just ask whatever coming in your mind.
See, I
Yeah,
have a list
hi
of
Jenny.
questions. Yeah, please go ahead.
Hi, hi Kshitija.
Hi.
Actually, it's not a question, but what I want to say is, you said like you got the opportunity that someone has believed on you, like giving the total leadership quality and checking out with you, like you can handle it or not. So the thing is, we are not able to get the opportunity itself, not getting the stage itself to show our skills.
No, Dipti, it is not that the day one someone gave me the stage. Okay. You have to earn that stage. And that is exactly what I'm telling. See, authority is not leadership. With a position, what you get is a authority. But you can be a leader in your own current role itself. Are you able to think beyond what is the task assigned to you? Are you able to pick up a totally new project, hustle it out, build it and showcase it to your leaders? That, okay, this is something I have built because I strongly believe this is going to add value to the business. If you wait that someone will assign the project, give me the authority to build it and then I will build it, that's not going to happen. You first have to show. And in McKinsey, it always, it was kind of taught to us. Before you are promoted to a position, you have to start behaving like that position. So before you even expect the authority will be given to you, you have to start taking ownership, build something. Maybe people will not like it. So what? Build something else. Do it, showcase it. People will automatically see. I can tell you another situation. So when I was the head, I mean, in Z5, I joined as the head of data and AI. I was once again building the whole data backbone there. And one of a large technology company wanted to be our partner. I somehow looked at their pricing and I said, I mean, if they would have taken it, my job would have been very easy. Okay. But I looked at their cost and I thought, okay, instead of that, if I hire two people and go with a smaller startup, I will be able to save 2/3 of the cost that they have quoted. And we will be having the complete control on that data backbone. My CEO asked, Ujjyaini, are you confident about it? Because this is and they are really one of very big tech partner, I mean, tech vendor. Are you sure? Because they are working with our TV side, they are working for 3 years, and you are saying in 6 months you will be able to build it without them. I said, let's try it. After 3 months, if I fail after 3 months, then you anyway have them, right? So he said, okay, let's try it. We built within 6 months what we promised. And I got a small opportunity to present in front of the chairman, which was, that time Shubhasji was the chairman. He used to hold every quarter one meeting. I got a chance to showcase what we have built in 6 months. On that day, he said, I don't want that company in this, I don't want that vendor in this company. Give whole company's data to this girl. If she can build it in 6 months, what am I paying for the other company last 3 years? That is the day he wrote my fate to become the chief data officer for the whole organization. You have to pick up that guts. You have to showcase it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Ujjyaini.
Thanks, Deepti, for the question.
Yeah.
In the meantime, if anybody raises their hand, there's one question from the participant. How critical is communication in day-to-day responsibilities of a data engineer?
Communication is important like the topmost one. Okay. Now, I don't know what you mean by communication. Communication skill is not like how good English you speak. Okay. Communication means how well you can communicate what you are doing in the most simplistic terms so that even a 8-year-old kid can understand. In front of a business people, they do not understand Kubernetics. If you try to use, Airflow, Kubernetics, all this, they will just look at you and totally zone out. You have to figure out how will you communicate all this to a business person that they understand and your work gets done. And before entering in any meeting, always plan what you want out of the meeting. And therefore, what will I say so that at the end I will get what I want out of the meeting? Most of the time, we prepare ourselves to be able to just give a status update, what you have done. We do not go in a meeting, be selfish, go in a meeting for what you want out of it. You must have that answer ready in your mind. Whether you are meeting a person in an elevator, in a coffee shop, or anywhere, be ready to explain what you are doing in just 10 seconds. practice it. It's called elevator pitch. Every day at the end of the day, try to give an elevator pitch, what you have done that day, what you have achieved that day. That will actually help you prepare. And communication skill is not how beautiful English you speak, doesn't matter. I have seen ample good communicator, who doesn't speak good English, and that's absolutely okay. Nobody cares. I mean, I have worked in organizations where people don't even speak in English. So, that's so I hope that is what you mean by communication. And in communication, there are some beautiful rules. For example, one important rule is speak slow. Don't speak too fast. If you speak too fast, the other side person takes it difficult. It makes it difficult to process it and understand. Okay. That is number one. Second is, try to be as simple as possible. Tell the same story to your, one of a 8-year-old kid. If he or she has understood, you know that your CEO will understand it. I hope I could answer your question, but yes, it's very, very, very important. Doesn't matter in which role you are.
I guess it is answered.
Shubhrajit is asking, what advice would you offer to freshers or individuals with approximately 1 year of experience? Advice in terms of what? So one advice that I always give to the junior people, don't be choosy at the early stage of your career. Go like a SpongeBob, okay? Go like a clean slate. If you are given some work, don't judge, is it a high level work? Is it a low level work? Do the work with the best of your capacity, and whatever you do, try to show the excellence in it. You will be noticed like anything. I have seen very young people being very snooty and being very choosy. No, I only want to build the data models. I only want to build the ML models and all these things. At an early stage, don't do that. That's one of a very ruining thing. Whatever comes on your way, keep learning, keep doing, keep delivering with the best of your effort. Okay, so your question is, so as a fresher, how can I build that network to connect with domain people so that I can get a good job in initial days? Okay. See, if you are already in a job, you can start doing the network with some of your senior people, some of your, your peers of different projects, your peers of, totally different function. Just go and start talking. Just start talking what they are doing. Just listening what people are doing itself gives you so much new knowledge and builds so much of your background thinking capability you don't know. If there is a meeting where you are not even required to speak, try to at least say that, can I just be there to listen it? It used to call as a lizard listening. Like lizards are on our wall and they just listen. It's called lizard listening. You don't have to speak. Just observe how the leaders are speaking. Just observing itself, you can learn. It's like Eklavya learned by, just praying to Dronacharya. You can just look at how leaders are speaking, how leaders are, having the conversation. That itself is a learning. Be a lizard and do a lizard learning. And building network doesn't stop whether you are a fresher or something. Start with your peers. That's the best thing, not just in your project. Start to talk to people of the other project, other function, other team. If you're absolute college fresher, right? You haven't even joined a job. Let's say you are in that. There are so many groups, which are there where there are either they are organizing hackathon or they are organizing some meetup. Start going to those places. Start going to some of the conferences. There are in number of leaders who are coming. Listen to them, talk to them, take their phone number, connect with them on the LinkedIn, observe what they are writing. Try to put your comment. Not that you always have to do a great comment. Even asking question itself is a good way of networking. Ask questions. I have seen people, suddenly sending their, connection request. I accept it, and the first thing comes in my mailbox is their resume. I'm looking for a job. I even don't know the person. How can I even search, or think about giving a job to that person? So start building rapport. That's what I said. Nothing happens overnight. There is no shortcut. You have to invest yourself in it. You won't believe, people ask me that, how regularly I keep writing on LinkedIn. When I actually write my LinkedIn? In the morning when I sit in the toilet. This is true. It sounds odd, but that is the time I actually write my posts. That is the time when I note down what, if the idea is coming, I start either writing down or start saying to my phone that what are the different points I think, I should be writing. And if a flow is coming, I write it there, schedule it for the day when I can, post it. That's one of the best time. If you're spending 20 minutes in the loop, spend it on LinkedIn. Okay, next question. What challenges are you facing in the hiring process? What challenges might we encounter
during interview?
during the interview? Okay. One of the biggest challenge that I face is people are able to do some modeling. People are able to, like, if I tell them do this, they are able to do it. Challenge is people are not able to problem solve. And this is one of a very critical skill. First principle problem solving is a very critical skill which is required. People may not give you a problem in a very structured format always. And if you always expect problem will come in a very structured format, that's very difficult. So you have to start becoming a problem solver before even becoming a very good, data scientist or something. Modeling you will pick up. If a model has a 60% accuracy, most industries are okay with that. People are not expecting a 99% accuracies. So modeling and all those are fine. Data engineering is something very important. I see most data scientists do not give value to data engineering. They don't even understand how are data flowing in, how are the data getting captured. They don't even understand how the tables are structured, or how, if the folders are there, what is semi-structured, how do I manage a semi-structured data versus a totally unstructured data. I mean, people don't have clue of the complete life cycle of a project, and therefore they are not able to do the problem solving. Read business news, read at least medium posts, read different blog posts. That will actually help you to become a good problem solver. Most good organizations interview process is case based. That is number one. Second one is, I also find people mostly have done Kaggle projects. And first of all, most interviewees are not ready to take the pain of solving a project and then get a job. They always believe, okay, I will be called for an interview for 1 hour. They will ask me some question. I will go through that. World is changing. Nobody is now, people know CVs are overrated. I mean, you guys are super smart to write n number of jargons, and we know whatever is written, 50% of it is not right. So we don't believe in it. We give the problem statement, solve it, get your job, or build your project portfolio. You should work on industry projects and build your project portfolio so that in the interview, you can actually work them through what projects you have solved. There are many people who actually do courses with upgrad or Great Lakes and all this, but they come to us to actually do industry projects, because we do have industry projects which we help people to solve, and one project takes them 6 to 8 weeks. These are not small projects. I mean, I know people who have just solved one project, gone to interview, just explained the project, they got the job. So, project is something very important. Being hands-on, make your hands dirty, build something which you can showcase.
Absolutely. Ma'am, I have a question on this building network. I mean, I am
Yes.
experienced almost 20 years in the industry. So building networks for me is really challenging.
It should be easy for you.
No, no, no. It's the other way around. I mean, I do build networks within the team and all that is fine. But when I go to, when you're talking about go and meet the conferences, meet the people who are, actually my competitors, I mean, I have a setback. I'm like, no, I am not strong enough to go and talk. With the team, I'm fine and I'm like their hero at times. But when it comes to talking to people more than, who are in a better position than mine, I have to, I need to be that heat and I'm not able to do it. I'm struggling. I
Yeah,
don't know
just
how to do
push
that.
yourself. So let's take a small goals, whenever something you are trying to break, and these are not, I mean, these are very natural. That particularly in the technical domain, people are introverted, and on top of that, we ladies are more introverted, because at our home since childhood we have been taught that don't speak too much, don't speak at a louder volume, and all this nonsense, right? So it becomes even more difficult for us. So first thing is, break down the whole problem into smaller steps. First thing is you have to go out, be there. So just solve that, right? So
Hmm.
at least, even if on the weekdays, you are not able to go, at least during the weekends, there are so many conferences happening, meetup groups happening. Even if you don't speak, just be there. Because even if you are being there, someone will ask you who you are, what you do.
Yeah, at
Right?
least it will
But
open
if
up.
you don't, yeah, even but if you don't show up, if you just stay at home, you don't even have that opportunity, right? So first is show up. That is your first task. Once you are able to build one or two conversations, then you push yourself. Okay, in this conference, I will at least exchange my card with, let's say, 3 people. I will at least hold 2-minute conversation with 3 people. You choose who are those 3 people, but have that conversation either on a lunch or some networking time. Just give yourself a target. 3 people I will talk. Slowly you will see this inertia will be broken, and you will be able to go, you will be able to happily speak to many people. You suddenly start becoming the magnet of the room. So becoming a magnet of the room is a long, long thing, but break it down into smaller steps and start doing. Now, another important thing, just talking in that conference is not enough. Networking is like it's like a garden. It needs care. It needs your time. It needs your investment. Investment in terms of your time. After you have met them, are you staying in touch? Are you doing quality conversations? Are you, being on LinkedIn, checking what those leaders or what those people are saying? Are you commenting, right? Are you even, so this is called nurturing your network. Nurturing is another most important thing. First one is you have connected.
Hmm.
Beyond a point, people will forget, right? Unless and until you stay in touch, and staying in touch is not like good morning, good night. Staying in touch is not like, okay, new happy new year versus happy Shankranti. That's not a network. You engage, do a quality engagement with them. Let's say you are trying to hire someone, can you reach out to those people, ask for them, or something, or if they are looking for something, can you comment, can you help? It takes time, it takes your effort, but you have to give that effort, you have to give that time. It's like even a family relationship, right? Even your girlfriend boyfriend relationship doesn't flourish if you don't give time. So any relationship, any network doesn't grow unless you give time and nurture it.
Get that. Thanks, helps a lot.
Cool.
Okay, Kavya, I think we have crossed time by 1 minute. How is it going to be? Do we want to take more questions later, or I mean,
We
I
can
value
just
the time what ma'am has, but I just don't want her to go. So many things to ask. Yeah, but
maybe we will connect on LinkedIn. If we have any questions, we can just directly
yeah,
ask ma'am there.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Please feel
So
free to connect with me, and I'm more than happy. I also have mentoring sessions. If you want some individual one-on-one mentoring session, please block with me. Write to me. I will share my calendar. You can block. I'm more than happy.
wonderful. That really helps, and I will not let you go before saying thank you for so many things. I'm trying to summarize only few pointers here. So I hope I'm doing justice to what you have said. So basically the first thank you comes for sharing this practical and powerful tip of staying visible. I just like that point. Staying visible within the organization, continuously adding value by solving real problems, and this insights are really going to make it actionable, and it's very inspiring. Again, the way you have gotten into new challenges in different fields without a prior experience, and you have always proved your worth. We really are thankful for showing us that journey, because it's truly motivating. So overall, I would just like to say, ma'am, thank you for sharing such valuable insights for today. Truly amazing. And we, on behalf of everyone, I would like to thank you for sparing time with us and giving your insights, and also letting us stay connected with you on LinkedIn. Thank you so much, and thank you for everything you have done for us today. All the best
Thank
for your future,
you.
ma'am.
Lovely talking to all of you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you all for joining in. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.